Warning. Tomb of Annihilation spoilers ahead. We rejoin Xaeli the Ranger, Barakas the Rogue, Nala the Druid, Torrin the Paladin, Zandala, Boblia, Keshma, Talad, Pox, Lucanu, and Xael on the 5th level of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. The party has reached the base of a spiral stairway that spans close to 100 feet, running from the 2nd level of the tomb to the 5th. As they leave the stairwell, the party notices many disgusting puddles of gray, viscid matter. Each individual more than goes out of their way to avoid stepping in the ooze, and honestly, if they'd stepped in it, they would have taken a bunch of psychic damage. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. The hallway splits to the left and right, choked with dust and cobwebs. To the right, flickering lights dimly illuminate a larger hall running west. On the ceiling, words have been scrawled in blood that is long since dried. Awaken, Napaka!
Wait, but Napaka is dead. Do we need to go back and get her?
I think something else might be named Napaka.
Suspicious duck!
Torrin, come help us check out the room.
Oh boy.
Xaeli, Nala, and a partially unwilling Torrin explore a hall where large puddles of the viscid gray slime are spread across the base of a gently sloping hallway. Candles dimly light nearby sconces, casting feeble light across a series of sculpted reliefs. At the lower end of the hall, a purple drape hangs wall to wall. At the upper end of the hallway, the slope is suddenly terminated by a drapeless wall.
Why do I get the feeling we're in imminent danger?
This whole place is imminent danger, goddammit. Not perturbed enough to stop exploring, Xaeli performs a detailed search around the room while avoiding the slime puddles. She notices there is a lever cleverly hidden on one of the sculpted reliefs and gives it a pull. A crawl space, about the right size for a gnome, is revealed.
Why does it always have to be gnome-sized crawl spaces? I need a health potion before I get into this
Save it for later. I'll heal you now. Good luck.
You're gonna need it.
Nice optimism, buddy.
Xaeli crawls through the cramped crawl space, brushing away cobwebs and disturbing plenty of dust until she comes across a surprisingly large room that houses a huge stone construct on wheels. The construct is poised to charge down the slope, straight at Torrin and Nala. Gingerly, she hops out of the crawl space and looks around the sparse room. A dragonborn fist-sized ruby is sitting on a shelf at her head height. Xaeli walks forward and gingerly picks it up. She frowns slightly, expecting the ruby to have been trapped, but shrugs.
Sometimes this death trap has good surprises.
Hey girl, are you okay?
Yeah, and I have a fist-sized ruby.
What the f***? And you didn't die?
Not yet.
Xaeli slowly reemerges from the crawl space. She, Nala, and Torrin are all surprised that there were no traps involved in the entire process. The trap they missed was if they incorrectly retrieved the ruby, which would have summoned a massive siege engine that would have pulverized all three of them into a fleshy pulp. Nala identifies the ruby as the Eye of Zaltec, an ancient artifact that is rumored to have the power to resurrect the dead without limitation. However, this resurrection comes with a heavy cost. For each year that the creature has been dead, one soul must be sacrificed. The way to sacrifice a soul to the Eye of Zaltec is simple. Take an unconscious creature with a heart that is at 0 hit points and stab it in the heart with the bottom of the ruby. The ruby destroys the creature's heart and absorbs its soul. If the Eye of Zaltec were to be destroyed, it would release all of the souls inside it at once, creating an explosion comparable to 10 fireball spells cast at level 9 at the same time. While the party isn't planning to resurrect a long-dead tyrant, this artifact, if it found its way into the wrong hands, could have a multitude of catastrophic consequences. Meanwhile, Barakas decides to walk into Talad for no reason. Hey, watch it!
I am Barakas. Please insert chicken.
He's possessed. Don't mind him.
Je suis Barakas. Mettez du poulet s'il vous plaît.
Nala, Xaeli, and Torrin return with the Eye of Zaltec. Both Pox and Keshma look at the gem. The one gazes hungrily at it, while the other has a look of morbid curiosity. The Eye of Zaltec? Why is an artifact of such power lurking in these depths? Probably something Acererak put here to get adventurers inside. Hey Pox, did your expedition know anything about the Eye of Zaltec? Nope. We just needed it to revive the Starfallen, though the elf spirit and her lantern are lost now. So if you have no need for the eye, I would have it. Keshma slowly reaches for the Eye of Zaltec. Precious. What would you use it for, Keshma? I don't like this talk of precious. Keshma briefly snaps out of her behavior to answer. I would use it to resurrect a tyrant of the elemental plane of Earth. Does this tyrant have a name? Kil Arcane Aldeshwan, destroyer of worlds, strong enough to conquer the other elemental planes. Xaeli whispers quietly to Nala.
This seems like a bad idea.
I agree. If she had a good reason for needing the eye, she'd have it. I don't think helping her resurrect some tyrant is such a good plan. Where to now? We've been standing here for an hour while you went off exploring.
Do you have a suggestion for where to go next?
Talad is silent.
I thought not.
There's only one way to go, into that room with the smell of rot. The party cautiously walks down a corridor into a room that is filled with the pungent smell of decay. What will they find in this likely death-filled room? You'll find out soon. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and share this video across social media. I'll see you all next time.